What's up, everybody? Today I'm back with another video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I prepare my smothered pork chops on top of the stove. I don't have a video out there where I've done them in the oven, but today I'm just going to be doing them on top of the stove. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I prepare my smothered pork chops. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with anyone and everyone. Stay tuned in and I'll show you how I do mine. Thank you. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Here in front of, I have 9 pork chops. I've already cleaned them and I've patted them dry. I don't want too much moist on them, so what the first thing I'm going to do now is set that over there. Is I'm going to I have my skillet on here. Just a little bit of oil because we're not going to cook these all the way through. Just a little bit of grease, just enough to fry them. Now, if I need to add any more grease to it, I will. But that's what I have, and I'm going to actually go ahead and get ready to turn that on a medium heat, so they can be heating up because this is a cast iron skillet, and it takes a few minutes for it to heat up. And in the meantime, we're going to season our pork chops. These are the seasonings that I'll be using. I have onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, Lowry seasoning, and then I have the Tony's seasoning here. So these are the seasonings that I'm choosing to use today. Sometimes I do use complete seasoning, but I'm not doing that today. So you can use whatever seasonings you like, season it to your taste. That's what I'm getting ready to do. And I'm not going to sprinkle it one by one. I'm just going to mix it, all these seasonings in this bowl here. So that's what you're getting ready to see me do. Just put all my seasoning. That'll make it much easier for me to just pick it up out of here and put it over my pork chops. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's just put a little seasoning in our thing here. Like I said, this is onion powder here. Add that in there. A good amount, because the same whatever seasoning is left over, we're going to add it inside of our flour to season our flour. So that's my onion powder. Then I have my garlic powder here. Okay, then I have my Lowry seasoning here. You see that? Lowry's. Black pepper. Okay. Oh, and let me put this in here now. Also show. And then we have the Tony seasoning here, Creole seasoning. Just a little bit of that. I don't want much of that. Okay, so. And I also forgot to tell you guys that when I get ready to make my gravy, I am going to be mixing chicken broth in with it, so I forgot to show you guys that. Okay, now we have all our seasonings. Let's take a spoon. Let's mix it up really good. Mix it up real good. And then we're going to just take our hand and just sprinkle it over the pork chops that way. Versus taking each container and sprinkling the seasoning on there. I like to do it this way, you know, sometimes. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you get it mixed up. It's all together. Okay. Oh, and I'll be also mixing in a medium onion and half of a bell pepper in with my gravy mix. So that's also going to be part of my smothered pork chops. Okay. So let's get these pork chops seasoned. And I patted them dry, but they still had like a little moisture to them, which is fine. Just take your paper towel and just dab it a little bit if you still have a little water on after you wash it. What I did with my pork chops, I like to soak my meat in a little bit of salt water with a little bit of vinegar in it, and that helps clean it real good. So that's the way I did these. And that's usually how I do all my pork, my chicken, any of my meat. So that's what I've done with these. Okay, so let's get these pork chops seasoned. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I have it seasoned here. Just take your seasoning in. Sprinkle just a little bit. And then once you get it sprinkled on both sides, you can take your hand and rub it in really good. A little bit on each side. Rub it in real good. And this is the way I choose to do mine today. So the seasoning smells real good, especially with that onion powder in it. Take a little bit more. This way, you can kind of portion how much seasoning you're using on your chops. You see where some of the meat doesn't have any seasoning on, just sprinkle some on there, rub it in. Okay, let's flip them over. Before I flip them over, let me show you how they look. Get an idea about how they look. This is what it's looking like on the season on the first side, and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Flip them over. Okay, and do the same thing. Some people might say that's a lot of seasoning, but you want your food well seasoned and flavored. You don't want any bland food. So, like I said, you can use whatever type of seasoning you like to use, and use as season it to your taste. Like I said in the beginning, I'm showing you how I prepare my smothered pork chops. So. Got our grease over here getting hot. You see the smoking, so a little bit oil around a little bit. It's not much oil because, like I said, we're not cooking these. We're just searing them on both sides. Okay. So we have our pork chop seasoned. Get all the stuff whacked down and put back, wrap down and put back up. Okay, and flour. Okay. Like a little assembly line going on here. Okay. So this seasoning that was left, it wasn't much. I'm going to put it right on in the flour here. That's going to season our flour. In fact, I may need to put just a little bit more. Just sprinkle just a little bit more. I have a large amount of flour here. Just want to make sure. I had it on like a medium. So, okay, let's mix in our flour real good. Beat the excess flour off of it. Just like that. And drop it in your pan. I don't know why my finger like this really to the side. Okay. Get another one. Flour it up. Flour our pork chops. This is all-purpose flour that I use. I guess any type of flour will work. I'm just going to try, just spreading it so that you can get like a little crust on each side of it. Back up to a medium. I had to turn it down because it was getting too hot. Let it cook. Okay, so this is going to take a minute. Once I get all the pork chops fried, I'll bring you guys back when I get ready to saute my vegetables and ready to make my gravy. I'll bring you guys back. See you in a few. Stay tuned. Okay, you guys, I'm back, and I just wanted to show you that I'm getting ready to flip the pork chops, and I want to show you exactly what I was saying whenever I just wanted to brown them. Let me show you that part. So you can see. Okay. That's a good browning on it. Flip it over. Do the same thing on this side. And if that could stay just a little bit longer. I want to I'll get my stove in here. Okay. So in the meantime, I see what this is lifting up. I think I want to cut that. Let's cut that little piece there. That's fat too, so it can lay flat. Yeah, let's do that. And I just wanted to let you know that I did have to add just maybe a couple of tablespoons of oil to this. Okay. Okay, so I'll bring you guys back. I just wanted to show you how they look whenever I brown them on one side. Once everything is finished, I'll bring you back. See you in a second. Guys, and I'm back. So I'm got all my pork chops fried. These are the last two that I'm taking up. And what I've decided to do is this pan is not big enough to hold all of my pork chops. So I'm going to transfer all of the seasonings that fell off the pork chop into this pan here. So let me get ready to do that. Just some of this grease so I can saute my vegetables. Turn this off. I have my Dutch oven pot here on medium heat. So what I'm going to get ready to do is pour some of this grease off into this here, along with the seasoning. Well, maybe I will. It's not that much grease, so I'm going to use all of this. Just want to get all of that in there. You want all of those seasonings that fell down into your not that part there that's burnt. Just leave that. All of these seasonings that was left down in your pan, just pour right on over in here. And since I have a good amount of onions and peppers I want to saute, that grease, I don't think that'd be too much grease. Let me see. I don't want it greasy, so maybe I won't use all of that. Let me get me a couple of tablespoons out of there. And we'll just take some of that oil out of here. All of those seasonings that was left down in my pan. You guys recording? Yeah. All of those seasonings. So I'm just gonna remove some of this grease. It didn't look like a lot when I was pouring it in here, but it is. So I don't want no greasy gravy. Take this out of here. And you gotta have some oil in there because whenever you get ready to mix in your flour, I'm just gonna set this to the side just in case I need it. When you get ready to mix in your flour, you gotta have a little grease down in there. So while that's heating up, let me whack down the stove just a little bit. Okay. saute those onions and peppers, and then we'll add in our flour, and then we'll add in our chicken broth and just a little bit of water. We'll make the gravy, and then we're going to let these add the pork chops back in there and let it saute and simmer down and cook about 45 minutes to an hour. Because like I said, the pork chops are not fully done, so you have to cook them down on low. Once you get it down in that gravy thickens, then you will allow the pork chops to continue to cook all the way through. So I'll show you guys how I do that. Just stay tuned. Just want to get this just a little. And I'm also going to add in just a little bit of minced garlic and with my onions and peppers. Gravy, y'all. Good old gravy. Oh yeah. Where is mine? So let's add in our onions and peppers. Have it on a medium heat, and we're going to saute those for a few minutes. Seasonings and those drippings down in there. You got your onions and your peppers in here. It smells delicious. Smells awesome, y'all. Okay, so we're going to give this a minute just to cook down. Cook your vegetables down for a few minutes. My garlic can just get out. That'll be towards the end. And when I get ready to add in the flour, let me show you guys what that looks like. So I can get you guys a good angle without messing you up. Let's see. Let me show you that here. Yep. That's what it's looking like. It looks like there's a glare. Anyway, that's onions and peppers on the mic. See, it might look like a head. Here we go. Yep. So you just move them around. If I didn't have so many pork chops, I could have used my pan to, do everything in there. But I got 9 pork chops, and I know they're not going to fit in that pan. Just moving around, they'll fall apart, they'll break apart. don't have to cook these all the way done because they are going to finish cooking whenever you put your pork chops back in and make it gravy. And as it simmers, then the onions and the peppers will continue to cook as well. Add my mixed garlic. Spoonful of mixed garlic. Right in the middle. Okay, let's get that stirred up in there. If you see some of your seasoning starting to stick at the bottom, just take your onions and move it around to, you know, it kind of hits it up. It all come up. But if you got a good pot, that shouldn't be hard to do. That shouldn't be hard to do at all. Sweating, y'all. That's what you do when you're in the kitchen. Over a couple more minutes. It's going to be the same flour that we use to season our pork chops with. Is what we're going to mix in with our gravy. Pork chops with. This is, the same flour and what we're going to use to make our gravy. I'm going to need a whisk to whisk around in there. Okay. Small whisk right here. I don't know what I did with my big one, but this won't scrape up your pot, so I need to get a big one. But this will do. Just scrape the bottom of your pot, and it won't scratch it up. It won't damage your pot. So you get all those drippings that's sticking to the bottom, just scrape them up. Okay, so at this point, let's go ahead and add in our flour. Make me a little hole in the center. And start adding in my flour. Just sprinkle it all over just like that. We'll do it that way. Take your flour, sprinkle it over there. Okay, I want a good amount of gravy, so let's try that. And you want to whisk that flour. You want to cook that flour taste out. So that's what we're doing here. The more flour you add, the more gravy you'll have. Okay, I think this should be enough. I'm done with that. Just take that over there. And let's continue whisking. And in the meantime, we're going to get ready to add in some of our chicken broth. Just get this whisk around in there. I wish you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'll show you guys in just a second. But you can just follow my directions and, you know, kind of stick to what I show you how to do it. Stuck down in there, just kind of shake it out. Let's get ready to pour just a little bit of broth in. And as we add our broth, we're going to stir just a little bit, okay? So you have your broth here. And we will be adding in some water, so just pour your broth in a little bit at a time. And stir. As you add it, to make a gravy. Okay. That broth just gives it, you know, just a little more added flavor. You are going to need water. So that was a cup of chicken broth. I'm going to add in some hot water. So let me turn my water on so it can get hot. Switch this around a little bit. Let's get some hot water, y'all. Turn that on for a second. Let it get really hot. Get the gravy going. We're going to taste it. See if you need to add any type of seasonings in there. Let's add this in. See it thickening up. Continue to add the water and stir it. Water because I know that once it starts to cook, it's going to thicken up. So I don't want it too thick of a gravy. Flour everywhere. Okay, so let's add this water. Hot water, no cold water. Okay, and then we're going to taste our gravy. And I'm pretty sure it's going to need some more seasoning because you've added water to it. So what I'm going to do now is flavor. We want to add in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. A few drops of it, okay? It's going to add more flavor. Okay. And I also have, let's see what color that turns. Because I have some kitchen bouquet browning and seasoning sauce. If you wanted a little bit darker. Let me turn this down here on so I can show you guys. Show you just a second what I'm talking about. Switch out so I can show you guys what this is looking like. So you have an idea about what the game should look like. Shut this up. I'm just going to put just a couple of drops in because this will make it super dark. Just a drop or two. Let's go right there. Pork chops in, but I want to make sure I have my gravy seasoned. Okay, so let's see what we're working with, you guys. It's going to taste it. That's another thing. When you're cooking, you have to taste your food. That's good, but it needs some more seasoning. It definitely needs some salt. I'm gonna add in some salt. Some more pepper. More pepper. Okay. We're gonna add in some onion powder. Until you get it to the, to the taste that you desire. Okay. And a little bit of garlic. I'd rather season it before I add in my pork chops just in case I need to, if I can get it all the way through. Get just a little bit of tonics. I think that should do it. Okay, let's stir this and let's see how this does. Give this a whisk. Season your food, because if you don't, especially when you're making this gravy and stuff, it will be bland. You do a little bit at a time until you get it to the taste that you like it. Switch this off and taste it again. can show you guys. I have my stove on already, so I can show you what it looks like. So this is what it's looking like. Now remember that this is going to start boiling. You're going to add in your pork chops and turn it down. Once it comes to a boil, then you can turn it down on simmer and cook it on low for about 45 minutes. That way you can make sure your pork chops are done all the way through. So when that's done, I'll bring you guys back and I'll show you the finished product. Stay tuned in. Okay, you guys, and I'm back, and I just wanted to show you after about an hour of simmering, this is what the pork chops look like. They're very tender, they're fork tender, as you can see. It's got a nice little gravy on it. Nice little gravy. Some thickening all the way up. Yeah, so try this recipe, leave me a comment down below, and thank you guys for watching. Till the next video.